And we're back.
I don't know if you consider this being back or we're here.
We're back from retirement. Like we didn't know we were temporarily retiring. It just kind of happened that way. The last show we did, it says it was published January 20th, 2023.
You said that was 193, I think is what you told me.
Well, technically, there's a 194 out there. We're still going to call this 194 because we did an episode a couple of months ago, and we were testing the video capabilities of doing like a video podcast, not just audio.
Which will be available to our Patreons.
By the time this comes out, that'll be on Patreon. And since this is kind of an exclusive thing, and I was late to getting it edited and finished, I was like, you know what? I haven't put anything out for our patrons in a while, so I'm going to put it on Patreon. But don't worry, you can listen to it for $1.
Yeah.
Plus, if you're just at least $1 patron, you can listen to a bunch of other stuff that's on there too. Like, I want to say everything, but there might be some higher tiered stuff that we did, but I don't think there is.
I don't think so.
There will be eventually, but right now I'm just... Hell, I'll just be happy to get a Patreon
episode out. Yeah.
So yeah, it's been a hot minute, but we didn't do it intentionally. It just kind of happened, and like I said, we did that video, and the only reason we're going back to just audio on this one is because I need to upgrade my computer.
That and I actually need a studio setting for me. Yeah. Otherwise, you're just looking at my closet.
You all perched up on your bed there.
Yep.
I think I mentioned in that last the video podcast we did that you look like somebody should be feeding you grapes and fanning you.
I am still up for volunteers.
I bet you are. So, okay, this is a good time for us to be back because we love Halloween here at Real Pop Culture. And every year we do try to do something cool. And one of the things we do every year is we get interactions from our listeners by doing lists. The first time we did lists was the most response we've gotten. And it kind of
viewer participation.
Yeah, and it's kind of tapered down from there. So I want to kind of revive it. I want to reboot the list. And the first one was simply, what's your favorite? It was like your top 10 favorite horror movies of all time. And everybody sent in their favorites. Some people didn't even bother to do 10. They just listed off a few, which is fine. This year, I'm going to do a version of that. But I'm going to make the list for you. And it's not horror movies. It's villains. Top villains of all time. And I made a list of all the ones that I think most people would mention. And I just want you to put them in order of number 1 to number last. That way on like Facebook and stuff like that, it makes it easy for them because they just they just go 1, 5, 4, 3, you know what I'm saying? Like the number that corresponds with, like if your favorite's Freddy, if Freddy's number 1, your number 1 will be 1. And if like Art the Clown was number 5 and he's your number 2, you'll go 1, 5. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Or you can just retype it out. You can copy and paste it and then put the numbers beside it. Either way, the point is I'm trying to make it easy. Because the easier I make it, I think the more people will do. They're like, oh, I don't even have to write the thing out. I can just number them. I can just copy and paste and renumber.
I think what they could do, just to make it a little more interactive, if their favorite villain is not on your list, they could add that villain.
Oh, yeah, definitely. And here's the ones I got. I thought about this a lot because I didn't want to leave out an obvious one. And then there's some that's difficult because, like, let's say your favorite horror movie is Poltergeist. Well, who's the villain in Poltergeist?
The ghost.
Not the little girl. It's a poltergeist. So it's that villain doesn't really have a face or
An entity.
yeah, per se. Like in the movie Damien, I guess the villain is the devil.
I think that'd be the villain in every horror movie is the devil.
Well, not if it's a monster movie. And I'm glad I said monster movies because there's going to be another list either later on because we're just now fixing to get into October. I've already started watching horror movies. We'll get to that in a minute. But either this Halloween season or next, there's going to be a classic monsters list coming that'll include like Werewolf Man, The Mummy, Frankenstein, Dracula.
Hang on. Who? Did you just call him? Did you just call him Werewolf Man?
Yeah, Werewolf Man.
That would be a good one because old classic monster movies, man. I mean, they don't really hold up, but it's just the fact they're classic and you can sit and watch them. And of course, they're not scary now, but when you was a kid, if you can remember the reaction you had,
yeah, well,
it brings back that nostalgia.
When I do my, like, you know, I've said on here a lot of times before that I try to, now I watch horror movies throughout the whole year, but I try to like save them for October. Like that's my month to watch scary movies. And I always mix it up. I'll have 2 or 3 saved up that I haven't seen yet that are new, but then I'll throw like, hell, I watched Plan 9 from Outer Space like one year. I watched Nosferatu, the original, the silent film version.
The 1932 version?
I thought it was 20s.
It was either 23 or 32, something like that.
I have to look it up.
Yeah.
But anyway, here's the list I got that I want everybody to put in order. And yes, feel free to put in honorable mentions. Feel free to add one to the list. I just kind of wanted you to, again, I'm trying to make it easy. I'm trying to make it to where all you have to do is either copy and paste my list and renumber it or reorganize it. You can type it out yourself. Like, you know, just give us these in order of your number one to your number last. And I got, of course, Freddy Krueger, Michael Myers, Jason Voorhees, Pennywise the Clown, Art the Clown, Pinhead, Leatherface, Ghostface, Chucky, Jigsaw / John Kramer, because technically if you're a Saw guy.
Yeah.
Pumpkinhead, the Creeper from Jeepers Creepers, and Hannibal Lecter.
Ooh.
That's a pretty good list, I think.
You got some supernatural and just super evil mixed in there. That's I like that.
I tried to keep it like 70s, 80s, early 90s, but I'm glad I was able to put, because like Art the Clown is blown up big. And that franchise is just.
Was that Terrifier?
Terrifier, and now they have Terrifier 2, which I'm watching pretty soon. It's on my list this year. I haven't seen it yet.
I haven't either.
That I'm going to dip, and I'm kind of embarrassed to say this, but I'm going to dip my toe into the Hatchet franchise.
You will love them.
I know I will. So what do you think about
your boy in it? So
yep, Kane Hodder's. He plays the bad guy, don't he?
No, not really. He plays the.
I'm trying to remember his name. The main villain.
Don't remember. It's his father was supposedly the main villain, I think. But I don't remember. I need to go back. It's been several years since I watched them, and I think I've got all of them.
Well, they've got them on the free version of Plex. Like if you have the Plex app.
Yeah.
Well, I know the first one's there because I've got it saved in my queue.
There's several of them. I think there's 4 of them.
I know of 3.
And the acting is so horribly great. It's definitely one of the cult classics. And even though it hadn't reached a classic yet, but
yeah, and I was trying to stick with the classics, the ones that everybody's going to know. Now, there's some hardcore horror fans out there that are going to be like, "Hey, Wyatt and so and so on here, Wyatt and so and so." Well, you know, maybe
Adam.
Yeah, because I didn't want to make the list like 30 names, you know,
or obscure names either.
Stuff that's going to be obscure to your casual horror fan. Let me see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Ha! That worked out perfect. There's 13. I didn't plan that way. There's 13 names on this list.
Well, as soon as you post it, I would definitely get on there and do mine and repost and share. And I'm gonna tell everybody if they repost it, make sure they tag Real Pop Culture in it.
Yeah. What I'm going to do is I'm going to put it on the post and hopefully they'll put theirs in the comment, or our voicemail line is still going. We almost lost it again because we were off for so long. But do you remember it? 662-767-4487.
4487. Yeah.
You can call. That's just a voicemail line. Nobody's going to answer that. And you can leave us a message.
They can text too, right?
You can text that number. That's right. You can email it to us, popculture, the number 4real@gmail.com. Facebook it to us. Probably don't Twitter it to us because I don't really check that account much. Oh.
Is it still called Twitter? Isn't it called like X or
yeah,
something?
that's right. It's X now. Did they like what? It's weird. In different parts of the world, Twitter's more big. Like around here, people still mostly use Facebook and Instagram. Well, TikTok actually is probably the biggest thing. People
I think the whole Twitter thing is just different. Different types of people use Twitter more.
I think on the West Coast, because like all the actors and actresses and
famous
people and all of them are on X.
I've got a Twitter, but I don't think I've checked it in years. I mean, I just got back on Facebook.
Kill does, I do, but yeah, I barely. If you send us a message there, I probably haven't seen it. But we do check our Facebook and our emails and the voicemail and the email are kind of, it's a Google Voice number, so they're kind of one and the same. So anyway, that's what we want this Halloween from you guys, all of our listeners, and we'll feature it on the show if you send us your order of villains.
Yeah, we'll have a read along, and maybe we can do it live. Well, like in person, not through Zoom.
Yeah, they don't know because we're just doing audio for this one, but you are in Houston, Mississippi, and I'm sitting high atop the first and only floor of the Killj headquarters at the Killj Ranch. And the bell, a plume of dust, just came off the shameless promotion bell whenever I rang it. One thing I wanted to talk about with you, since we're talking about scary movies, is this Dylan's New Nightmare.
Oh,
that damn movie had no business being that good. It's a fan-made film, and the premise is great. And let me tell you exactly where I thought it was going to fall apart for me and where I was exactly wrong.
You want to give that kind of spoiler out already?
It's a spoiler? I mean, it's one of those things, if you consider a trailer a spoiler, then...
This was a really long trailer. That's true.
Okay, it's a 25 minute movie. And I can tell what happened was, this is a fan-made film. It's a Freddy film. And they shortened it, but it made the production, it just looked like a real movie.
Oh, yeah.
Way more than... And I've actually taken a deep dive on the Friday the 13th fan films, and there's way more of them out there than you realize. Like, I'm still finding them, and I watch them all. Some of them are so ridiculous that I love them. Some of them are so good that I love them. There was one, and you never know what to expect. It might just be like some people with a cell phone, or some people that are legit trying to make a real movie. They just don't have Hollywood budget. I mean, look at the Terrifier franchise and what they're doing. They're the highest grossing non-studio movie ever, or definitely horror movie. And they're being included in everything as if it was a Hollywood movie. You see Art the Clown everywhere. I think they have Funko Pops of him. Like
they do. They've got Funko Pops, and I want to say last year. I think it was last year, maybe the year before, is when we started seeing everybody dressing up as Art.
Yeah,
And I was like, dang, that movie just come out.
and Never Hike Alone really set the standard, the gold standard for independent movies that could really kick ass. And it's the fans that's helping make them because they're putting up, the crowd-funded stuff and saying, hey, this is the movie we want to make. The more money you give us, the better it's going to be, actually, and they're getting around the licensing stuff. I don't think nobody's ever come after any, because it's all nonprofit. I mean, how are you going to make money off of a movie? I mean, Terrifier probably definitely has. Never Hike Alone, I don't see how it hasn't, but
well, it's on strictly YouTube, isn't it?
No, you can get the DVD, Blu-ray, everything.
Oh, can you?
In fact, I've been trying to get a copy, but I didn't do the crowdfund. And that's how you buy one, because you can't really buy one because then it's for profit, but you can support the campaign to make it. And so which I think is great. Like, if the fans want a movie, the fans can do something about it. They can say, hey, yeah, here's my $25. I'd love to see that.
Well, it gives all these writer strikes and all the BS that goes on in Hollywood.
Well, think about the bullshit that's gone on with Friday the 13th franchise the last freaking 10 years. They're just now out of that big lawsuit, and that's what birthed a lot of these fan films. They're like, you know what? You dumbasses aren't going to make a Friday the 13th movie. I am.
and they've done
people
it.
Got together and made some damn good ones. Some really good ones. And like I said, some of them are just kind of ridiculous and silly. But then the ones that are really, really ridiculous and silly, I like those too. Like, this is just absolutely ridiculously bananas. Like, Jason kills Santa Claus and gets his powers. And essentially, Jason becomes Santa Claus. I'm like, okay, I'm there for that. That's absolutely stupid. And I think it's great.
Oh, that is hilarious.
So where was I going with that?
We were talking about Dylan's New Nightmare.
Thank you for getting me back on course. So this is a crowdfunded thing, and it got delayed pretty bad because of the COVID situation. And so it's finally out now, just pretty recently, like within the last month, I believe. And I watched this thing and I was like, man, this is good. And halfway through it, I was like, I know where it's going to fall apart. It's going to fall apart when I see Freddy. There's no way.
But it didn't.
No, that was an awesome ass Freddy. Everybody's trying to figure out how the hell they're going to do Freddy without Robert Englund. He's come out recently and said, no, I'm done. I'm never going to do another one. Even though I had a really good idea on how he could easily do one more.
Oh yeah.
But a lot of people are like really adamant about doing their own stunts and stuff like that. I don't know where he stands on that, but I mean, if you're in your 70s, just let them put the makeup on you and just stand there and do the talking parts and let the young guys, do
the running,
do the running and the jumping and the flipping and all that crazy shit. You could just have Robert Englund do the dialogue.
Yeah.
And let the young guys handle all this stuff. They could easily pull that off with today's technology. But anyway, that's not what I'm here to say. I'm here to say there's your Freddy right there. I mean, they obviously didn't get Freddy right in the remake. This Freddy, man, it works. The voice, the glove, the look. To me, it was like a mixture of like, it was more Wes Craven's New Nightmare Freddy, but not exactly.
Well, that's kind of funny because the whole premise of Dylan's New Nightmare.
It's a spinoff of New Nightmare.
It's not a spinoff. It's like a sequel.
Yeah, that's true.
Because Dylan was the son.
He was and they used the actual actor, the kid that was in the movie.
Yeah,
he's all grown up now, and he's had a quote unquote new nightmare.
What's her name? Heather Vanderkamp.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, it's supposed to be her son.
Yeah.
And because if you pay attention at the very end of it, when he pushed the dinosaur back up on top of the thing,
yes,
it's been stitched together.
I was hoping you noticed that
man,
because in the movie he had a little stuffed dinosaur that Freddy like cut with his glove, and this one has 4 slashes in it that's been stitched up. I guess that.
Yeah.
Sorry if that's a spoiler, but I don't think all people would catch that.
Man. If you're a Nightmare on Elm Street fan, Go to YouTube and just type in Dylan's New Nightmare and watch it. It's
You got
25 minutes of your
You watch
life
other
right
stuff,
there.
I'm sure that's way worse. That's way longer than 20 minutes. So yeah, definitely. There was one time, and again, this isn't spoiler stuff. There was one time in the movie where Freddy kind of turned his head and laughed, and like the way he was, you could tell it was rub like
prosthetic.
Yeah, you could tell that it was fake. Like I guess that was a mask along with some makeup, or there was just a lot of latex or whatever they use. Because when he laughed, his mouth was moving, but you didn't have the smile, the face shift of the muscles where you smile.
Yeah,
it kind of moves. That's the only part where it looked like unconvincingly, like for 1 second it looked like a fan film. But other than that, I thought Freddy looked awesome.
And I don't even know what their budget was on that. I don't think any of that's been released
yet. You could tell, like I've seen a lot of Freddy masks online, and there's actually some really good ones available now. This isn't one that's
you want to spend a lot of money.
Yeah, this one's not one of the ones, unless they took one and modified it. Because like I loved how the bridge of the nose came up into the eyebrows, and it made it look like so. It made his eyes look more sunk in.
Yeah,
he just looked creepy. Like he didn't look.
He looked really good.
He didn't look like the store-bought version of Freddy. He looked like Freddy should probably look. He had the voice down. I thought the glove was cool. It was like a mixture of the old glove and then the new Nightmare glove.
So, it wasn't what I was expecting from a fan-made film.
Me neither.
And I've been hearing a lot of hype about this for like 2 years probably. And honestly, I forgot about it till you sent me a Vox and was like, hey, check it out. And I was like, oh, yeah, I remember that. Then you Voxed me back like 30 minutes later. I was like, oh, my God, dude, watch this now.
What was I watching when that came up? I was reading something about it or something. I was like, oh, yeah, whatever happened with that movie? Because like I said, it got delayed heavily because they announced it years before they finished it.
The first video you sent me was had something to do with Dylan's New Nightmare. It was like the making of
yeah, I think that was
something. And then you sent me that right after it. And,
and watch the credits. It's not because there's a post-credit scene, but there's some behind the scenes pictures and stuff during the credits that I enjoyed.
Yeah, that was pretty cool.
And I think a lot of the way they shot this movie, the way they made Freddy look scary was the angles and the lighting. It always looked kind of dark and shadowy. Not so dark you can't see him. Like there's even some daytime stuff. So it wasn't like they shot all of it at night.
No. Well, you could tell they shot it all on a set somewhere.
How much time do we have left on this? I don't know why Zoom cuts was it 30 minutes?
35 minutes.
They give you 30-minute meetings if you're doing the free version?
If the free version, yeah.
How is that stopping people from doing the free version? Because you just have to start a new meeting. It's not really that.
It's not. It just.
And then with editing for stuff like this, it's not going to make a difference. It's not like it makes you wait 5 more minutes to immediately start another meeting and then just start the timer back over.
Nah, it's just business class stuff. I mean, if you want to use it and not have to restart a meeting.
Yeah.
It's more of a convenience pay.
If you're trying to slip by and use it corporately, like me and you are just one-on-one, if you got like a meeting scheduled with a bunch of people, yeah, it'd be inconvenience to have to start a new meeting over again. So, and that's what they want. They want you to buy the business version.
Yep.
We ain't got no money.
Well, I looked into getting it and I was like, no more. We're going to be using it for right now.
Well, until we get everything ironed out, that's kind of what that last episode was. The one we're putting on Patreon. It was really just a big, long test.
Oh yeah. Mainly to see if we could do it.
And how it would look, how it would sound. You being in Houston and me being here.
Me having horrible internet at the time, and you having an old computer.
Yeah, I think we came back at the right time because you just got better internet.
Oh yeah,
It's almost. I call it Halloween season. The month of October is Halloween season.
and I've actually got a little bit of time between me getting off and me going to bed now. So the day shift's rough.
It's only 9 o'clock now. We got a little bit. Oh, it just told me I'm running out of time.
Yeah, it should say we got like a 5-minute reminder.
All right, well, let's it'll be an instant for the viewers, but let's take a quick break. I'm gonna grab another drink and we'll get into the news. I want to do the old news first because it has been the better part of a year since we've done a podcast, and a lot.
Well, this old news is about a month old from the last one we was going to do and didn't get a chance to. So I'm kind of just. This is the last podcast news that didn't get podcasted.
Yeah.
Which some of it's old, some of it's still relevant. So, but yeah, let's do that. Let me go grab another drink too, and we'll be back.
We'll be right back. Yeah, and what I was saying before I hit record is I may go ahead and throw this out on the video version of this out on Patreon. Just give our patrons a little something. They deserve it. They're helping support.
Do it. You got the whole cinematic look going on yours, and I got the whole Caesar look going on over here. Without grapes and somebody to fan me.
So I was one of the problems that we have is until you get so many subscribers on YouTube, you can't change the name of your YouTube channel.
Yeah.
Like basically your YouTube, if you're if you've got a bunch of subscribers, I don't know what the number is. You can change your name so that your YouTube channel is youtube.com/realpopculture. We don't have that because we don't have enough subscribers. But the one video we have out there is finally, even though you can't search and find Real Pop Culture even, because of the algorithm, we're not popular enough.
I can find it, but you have to scroll through a couple things before it pops up.
Well, the thing that the video we have out there is, well, we have 18 subscribers. That's more than I thought we had 2 or 3. I did a Friday the 13th Part 7 film location video. And for me to find our channel, I have to, when I'm searching, I have to type in the Real Pop Culture Podcast Friday the 13th. I have to be that specific just to find that video so that I can pull it up. So hopefully one day we'll have enough subscribers to where we can. And this has gotten I don't know how they found it, but what was that? 1,300 views on that one little video I did there. It's only like 17 minutes.
Let's see. I type in Real Pop Culture, and I have to scroll down and down.
But now, if you do find it and subscribe, then you don't have to worry about trying to find it because it'll be, it'll be one of your subscribed podcasts. I mean, YouTube channels.
Well, the thing that kills me whenever you do the search, it'll say, "Do you mean?" and it'll separate it.
Yeah.
You have to go back to where it's all one word, and it's literally the first thing that pops up.
And that has a lot to do with how you're logged in, though, too. Because you've probably been to Real Pop Culture before. You know what I mean? So that
but the other one that pulls up, pulls up Real Space, Pop Space, Culture Space. And I don't know who that is.
I don't know. There's professional YouTubers that don't understand YouTube's algorithm. There's a lot of factors on whether or not you get put in the list.
Oh, dude, their algorithm's constantly changing.
So, like I said, the best way right now, because this is going to play into this is going to be a big factor going forward when we start doing the video podcast regular, is we're We're gonna need to be able to at least change our name. Let me look that up. Let's see how many it is. I think it's 1,000 subscribers.
Well, make sure you keep talking in the mic because they can't hear you.
Oh yeah, I moved. You know what I need to do? I need to strap my microphone to the back of my chair because I lean back and I lean forward in the chair.
No, you need to get you a Britney Spears mic.
You know what? I have one. I had to get one for work. And it's not really a cheapo either. It's like a Logitech, I think.
Well, we'll have to try that out later.
Oh yeah, not tonight. But I felt weird at first wearing one of those, but now I'm just kind of used to it because everybody does.
So I just stick with my headphones, either my AirPods or the Apple plug-in ones. So how many does it say we got to have?
I'm trying to find it. This says, well, I lose my subscribers if I change my channel name. It says, no, you won't. You can change your handle twice within a 14-day period, according to that.
Yeah, we'll look it up later.
Yeah. This says you can only change your channel name 3 times every 90 days. But again, I think that's after you get so many subscribers. Because like right now, I think our channel name is like youtube.com/watch?V=Q88. You know, like randomly generated.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm not new to YouTube, but I'm new to being a YouTuber. Okay, our hash brown is our hash brown is at Real Pop Culture Podcast 4417. So search that and see what you find on your end. Well, like you see it anyways because you're probably a subscriber. So let me do. Cause I'm not logged in.
I am
right here. I'm gonna try it. Okay, yeah, it comes up as number. Well, you got to add first, and then it comes up as number 2. If you search at Real Pop Culture Podcast 4417, after we get so many subscribers, I'll be able to take off the 4417. Basically, it's what that boils down to, from what I understand. There's probably people out there that have 1 million subscribers from just recording and playing a video game that knows 1 million times more than me at this point. But I'll figure it out.
Yeah, it's because we ain't really researched it much either.
I have a little. That's how I found that out. But I know I've had like 3 or 4 Killjoy YouTube channels because I forgot the passwords.
That's bad.
All right, so let's get to the news. Enough about us trying to figure out YouTube about like a couple of old men.
That's kind of what we are now.
Yeah.
Well,
you like my new hat?
A lot of this, I do. I couldn't tell what it says. Coca-Cola?
Yeah, Coca-Cola donated a bunch of hats, well, a bunch of swag to the Le Bonheur benefit we did, which we'll talk about later. And I bought a raffle ticket and won this hat and like a badass karaoke Bluetooth speaker.
Yeah, we don't want to talk about that.
Oh, did you want to win that too?
Dude, I spent $60 on that.
Well, you can play with it anytime you want. It's
okay, cool.
It's really cool. I charged. You were here that night. I charged it up. Yeah. We played around with it a little.
I did win 2 blankets.
We won a blanket as well.
So I was happy with that. I was mainly just giving them money to give them money for Le Bonheur. So
it's like they wouldn't let us like bring in a +1. We had to pay, but I was like, well, I'm donating to Le Bonheur every time I pay, so I paid for for Alicia and the kids, and you know, and if I win, I win something cool. If I don't, well, I just donated to Le Bonheur, so it's kind of a no-brainer.
Yeah, I went through and just gave them $10 just to start out with before I even did any raffles or anything.
Yeah. So we'll talk
like I said
later. Right now, let's do some news.
Some of this is old. Like the Rebel Moon trailer is out on Netflix.
I might lose my nerd card, but what is that exactly?
That's one of the new Star Wars
A new
movies.
show, a movie.
Yeah. I'm assuming it's a show, but it's got some really big names in it. Charlie Hunnam
They got
is
Disney
in it.
money.
Well, this is Netflix, so
What? No
Yeah.
way.
the Rebel Moon trailer is on Netflix.
They're gonna put a Star Wars show on Netflix when Disney has its own Plus channel, the Disney Plus.
I'm pretty sure. I mean,
Damn, that's crazy.
it's got Charlie Hunnam on it.
Because
The guy
Marvel
from,
even pulled all their stuff from Netflix because of the Disney deal.
I might have lost my nerd card then, but
Now I'm
but
curious.
then again, I'm not just a huge Star Wars guy.
I don't know that that's good to say on a podcast like this. What's it called? Rebel Moon?
Rebel Moon. No, I take that back. It's not Star Wars or any of that. It's just it's a space movie. Zack
Oh, so
Snyder's the director.
It's like a Star Wars. I don't want to say wannabe because it looks cool from what I've got pulled up here. Looks really cool, but it's not connected to Star Wars. It's just looks like a cool looking space show.
Well, from what I read,
So yeah, we're no longer allowed to be nerds for a while.
Well, Zack Snyder pitched it to Lucasfilms, and Lucasfilms didn't go for it. It was supposed to be his more mature Star Wars universe.
Well, that makes sense because if you go to Lucasfilm or Disney, excuse me, and say, "Hey, I want to do this Star Wars show," if they say no, you could be like, "Well, you don't own the rights to space and
Yeah,
the future, or technically the past, a long time ago in a galaxy far away." So I just go make my own with new characters. Then I won't be connected to your universe.
yep. Well, that's basically what this is. It says the release date is December 22nd. So, I mean, the trailer I watched was really good.
I'm gonna watch it when we get off of here.
It's going to be an interesting
now.
movie, to say the least.
So, is it a movie or a show? Did we figure that out?
It's a movie. It's got Charlie Hunnam from Sons of Anarchy, Ed Skrein,
And it is. You're right. It is Netflix.
Gina Malone, Carrie Ells, which that name should be familiar to everybody. It's Princess Bride. Anthony Hopkins, and this is going to be. Apparently it's going to be a 2-part movie because part 1 comes out December 22nd.
Nice. Looking forward to that. Yeah,
Yeah,
I'm looking at some still
cool.
shots of the trailer right here, and yeah, that looks fancy.
Yeah, the trailer I watched was really good, but it's been so long since I watched it. I really couldn't remember. I did remember reading Star Wars. He pitched it to Lucasfilms, but I forgot the rest until I just pulled it back up.
Lucasfilm has always been pretty lenient on people that did, especially Star Wars spoofs, which this isn't. It doesn't look like it is, but I wonder like how far you could go if you wanted to do a Star Wars movie, but you didn't have the licensing to do it under the moniker. Like, could they have powers, like to move stuff and shit? Like, sort of like.
Well, Spaceballs did.
Well, yeah, but that was like a straight up parody.
Well, that's what
Like, this is a legit space movie. But like, could you have characters that use something like the Force? Like, at what point are you
call it the Force?
At what point are you getting into like entanglement of likeness rights and stuff like that?
Well, I mean, all they got to do is just call it what it is, telekinesis. Or it's a mutant power. So,
yeah, there's plenty of people with powers in other movies.
Yeah. I mean, he doesn't own telekinesis properties. He just owns the word the Force.
Yeah, that'd be interesting to see how far you could go before it started getting a little red tapey. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Oh yeah. But you said something about Star Wars and dude, Ahsoka.
I have not
This
watched
ain't
any of it yet.
I haven't either. And this ain't old news. When I was doing research and stuff today, about every third article that I pulled up was about Ahsoka. This show is blowing up.
I've heard good things. One thing I read online that was interesting, and don't say this is spoiler because I have know nothing about Ahsoka.
I haven't watched it
So
either.
there's nothing I can spoil. But I read somewhere that one thing that was holding it up, because this takes place during the timeline where like Luke and Leia are still around, because Ahsoka and Luke were both in the same season, of Mandalorian or
Mandalorian,
Fett. I
yeah.
think it was Mandalorian. So if they're in the same timeline, if they may be in every episode for all I know, or they may not be in it at all. So again, don't start hollering spoiler at me because I know nothing at this point. But it said something about they're trying to decide if they want to recast Luke and Leia. And here's my thoughts on that. Even though the de aging stuff, the second time around looked
It was
okay.
really cool.
The first one we forgave just because we were so excited to see Luke. And I did that whole, hashtag it has to be Luke,
Yeah.
when they came and got him. You're not gonna stop using these characters. They're too iconic. You're gonna have to recast eventually. You can keep de-aging Mark Hamill. You could do a CGI Mark Hamill and use Mark Hamill's voice, or you could do a sound-alike or a look-alike, but you're gonna at some point you're gonna have to recast Luke and Leia.
But then you get
So why
into
not go
some
ahead
of
and do
those
it?
purists, like you say all the time. You're a purist on certain things, and it just wouldn't go over with
So
certain people.
do you think that because the unfortunate untimely passing away of um her real name, Carrie Fisher, and then Mark Hamill being like, I think he's, how old is he? Is he 70?
Nah, yeah, he was getting close there. Yeah,
Like what I'm saying is when those actors retire, should they retire, or she passed away, should they just retire the characters because the actors aren't going to play them anymore? I mean, that's not really how it usually works.
Well, no, normally what they do is a reboot and introduce these new characters. I mean, this ain't a soap opera. Soap operas used to change characters like, 3 times a week, and you wasn't expected to know that.
Dude, my
but
mom
for
and my
a
sister,
big time movie like that, those are pivotal characters, universal characters.
But are they so pivotal that you can't recast them?
I don't know. That's
not something I can answer. Are they so iconic that you have to? You know what I mean? Because you're not gonna want to stop making stories with these characters somehow involved. So if that's the case, you're gonna have to recast at some point.
This is my outlook on it, and I've said this after the 10th Star Wars movie. I'm tired of the Star Wars movies of this same story.
Oh yeah,
it is a huge universe.
It's time to move on from the Skywalker story.
Yes,
you can't keep telling that. But what I'm saying is, whether it's games or movies or TV show or something somewhere down the road, they're not just going to want to retire those characters forever.
No, it'd be a reboot situation, and they'll recast them. I'm pretty sure.
But that brings me back to my original point. If they're going to recast them, why not just go ahead and do it if they're wanting to use them in the story and it makes sense?
Too soon.
Okay. Well,
I think there's enough story. I think there's enough story out there where you can get away without having directly put Luke or Leia, even if their timelines do cross. I mean, I think that's kind of what they're doing with this Ahsoka. It's just her story in the Jedi's, not Luke's story of becoming a Jedi.
Well, like let's talk about like compare it to Darth Vader. You know, James Earl Jones said, I can't remember if it was Rogue One or the one after. He said, "Okay, that's the last time I'm going to do Darth Vader. I'm retiring." You know, he's in his 70s. He's like, I don't want to voice Darth Vader anymore. But you know, they purchased his voice likeness rights. That's not the right word for it, but they basically own the rights to digitally
his soundbite, basically
his voice. They own the rights to do that now, so they're obviously gonna keep using Darth Vader in something, or they wouldn't have even bothered. Like, no, since you're retiring, we're just gonna retire Darth Vader and never use him again.
Well, they're just doing that, so now they actually own it. He can't go off and use that voice. If he was going to do,
he can't use his voice anymore. He has to change it.
No, just the Darth Vader persona for like audiobooks or anything like that.
Yeah, and I mean, think about games and like even like amusement park rides where you need new dialogue of Darth Vader talking. They're going to electronically reproduce James Earl Jones's voice as Darth Vader, so we'll still hear that Darth Vader in some form.
Yep, and they ain't got to pay him every time they do it now because they bought it.
Yeah, they made some kind of deal. But again, do you do the same for Luke and Leia? Do you recast? Do you keep de-aging them? Because at some point you're gonna, even if it's 100 years from now, you're gonna want to.
Well, if it's 100 years from now, it's not nothing me or you's going to.
Oh, they're still going to be listening to this podcast. I demand it. It will continue. We just ain't, we're almost to 200 episodes and we ain't made it yet, but
yeah, we've been almost 200 for a little while now.
Well, we're going to fix that.
Yeah.
This isn't just a we're back kind of thing for now. Like I listen to one podcast in particular that they hardly ever do new episodes. But they don't ever say we're going to stop doing episodes. They just, life
just
gets
pop one out. Yeah.
But that's not the case here. We're going to get back on a regular. What I'm trying to say is we're going to be back on a regular schedule. And hey, here's a good thing that came out of this break. Some people complained.
I heard one
not
or
a
two
lot,
people
but a few people
me.
Fussed at me. Like Bundy won't mind me shouting him out. He sent me a screenshot of how long it had been on my phone. He said, "Are y'all ever gonna do another podcast?" And I was like,
well,
yes.
The last time we seen Sierra, she was like, "Y'all got to do another podcast." I've got to have
came up with the real pop culture
about.
Drinking game.
Yeah.
So I had to take a drink.
Well, I gotta open something up.
You got a Diet Dr. Pepper?
Dr. Pepper Zero.
Oh yeah, that's what I meant. So anyway, yeah, I've got a couple of messages, some texts, some in-person complaints, and I was like, I'm glad that a few people complained because that means that there's people that actually listen to this.
Yeah,
and want to hear more.
That's the bigger part. They want to hear more. Well, going on for more.
Yeah, get us back on track.
We'll hit comic book real quick, and the Blue Beetle was #1 in the box office for its opening weekend over Barbie.
Good. Wow. From what I heard, Barbie was a killer at the box office.
And then when Blue Beetle come out, it took top notch for opening weekend.
I'm really glad because DC has struggled box office wise. The biggest disappointment, I think, so far being The Flash, unfortunately.
Man, we'll get into that later because you don't want to get into that right now.
I could do a whole podcast about that.
I could too. And we might do that.
I'll just say this. Let me say this one statement. I get it. like I get why it didn't do good in the box office because some people just straight up didn't want to mess with Ezra Miller, and I get that. Some people just are like, well, I don't want to mess with them.
It was
And-
just
and some the delays, the question of what they're gonna do. Some people are on the,
it's
some
on
people
again,
wanted them
off
to scrap the
again.
movie. Some people were like, are they just gonna edit them out of the movie? And I get it. You know, it's complicated, but it sucks that that's the case because it's actually a pretty damn good movie in my opinion.
I thought it was great, even though that whole anti-Ezra Miller campaign.
Yeah,
As the Flash.
and I do understand that it's complicated because of their actions, you know, off camera.
Yeah,
But
and
I can't help it that the movie was still good despite all that. I mean, it just was.
To me, man,
So I really hate that they say that they had planned if this movie did well. I think the quote was, and don't quote me on quoting it, was something like, if this movie does $1 billion, there's going to be a Batman Beyond movie with Michael Keaton as the retired Batman. And now we're not going to get to see that movie because it did not do well. So that alone was enough to make me want to go buy $1 billion worth of tickets, but I can't afford that.
yeah, no kidding. But yeah, I don't have the opening numbers. I had the
I'm glad
linked.
that DC is still putting out movies that are not only good but doing well financially, because that means there'll be more of them.
And you know what's weird? He was a B, C list character in Teen Titans.
Blue Beetle, yeah.
But to me, I really liked him in the animated Teen Titans.
But the guy that's playing Blue Beetle, wasn't he Cobra Kai? Is that the
I'm
same
not
kid?
sure. I haven't seen it yet.
I haven't even seen the trailer.
I haven't either. And because that's one of those movies I'm not going to watch a trailer to actually get to sit down and watch the movie.
You know, I'm getting to where I avoid trailers. Like, I recently, and we can talk about this too if you want. I finally watched the new Indiana Jones movie, but I refused to let myself read any news about it, watch any of the trailers. Like, I wanted to go in it with it just completely, with a fresh perspective of not knowing anything. And
I read
I feel like I
bit about
benefited as if from that.
Well, what really killed me with trailers, and I used to enjoy watching a good trailer.
Keep talking, I can hear it.
But Terminator Genesis,
Yes,
completely destroyed trailers for me. And it wasn't the fact that they ruined the entire movie in the first trailer.
they did.
Which I really hope that guy got fired.
I tried to talk loud because I was off mic, but I couldn't agree more. That was a terrible decision to put that in the trailer. The biggest reveal of not only the movie, but of the whole franchise was put into the trailer. Like, why would you do that?
And it's like they were trying to hide it, not thinking anybody would see it, but it stuck out like a sore thumb.
Yeah, I agree.
But another thing
that kind of ruined me on trailers because now the less I know, because the trailer is to get people excited about a movie. Well, if I'm already excited about the movie, I don't really need the trailer. I already want to see the movie. You ain't gotta sell it to me.
And another thing that kills me about trailers is they pick the best moments in the movie. They cut them together like the entire movie is going to be that awesome. And then you go in and you watch it and you're almost disappointed going by the trailers.
Yeah, because sometimes they frame it to be about something and it's about really something else. It really doesn't do. Yeah. I'd like to try to think of some good examples of the opposite, but I don't know how watching trailers really does you a lot of favors as a fan. Oh crap!
I don't think so.
I don't know how.
Just a few minutes.
I just don't know how. If you're already a fan and you're already going to watch it, I don't see why you need the trailer.
Yeah,
I don't feel like I missed out on anything by not watching an Indiana Jones trailer. I was already going to watch the movie regardless of the reviews, regardless of the trailer, regardless of anything.
Yeah, I'm the same way. Even though I hadn't had a chance to sit down and watch it yet.
Oh, I thought you did.
No, I still haven't seen it.
Oh, well, you're in for a treat. There's a lot of people
We've
saying
been.
there's a lot of people shitting on it, but they're crazy if they are.
I don't really go by reviews or
I don't
critics
either because
either.
I liked
So
Kingdom of the Crystal Skull.
I liked everything but the very ending. At the very ending threw me off on that movie,
Well, they were just
and that's
mad
all
because it
I'm
was
going to
about aliens,
say.
and I'm like, well, they've done everything they can do with the other stuff.
Yeah,
I didn't mind it being about aliens.
I didn't mind it. It just
I
to
like
me
aliens. In case there was,
it just threw off Indiana Jones is what it did for me. But I've went back and watched it numerous times, and now that I know what it's about, it doesn't take away from the movie. It actually kind of adds to it a little bit.
is it better than Raiders? No. Is it better than
Nah.
Temple of Doom? No. But is it good? Yeah, it is. Let's do a movies that don't suck about that sometime. That's something we need to bring back.
Yeah.
You even
If
remember
nothing,
that? We used to have a
yeah.
segment called. I even made an intro for it that's hilariously terrible.
God, I missed that intro.
We need to do that.
That poor dude on the recorder was struggling.
Yes, he was.
But the only trailer that I have watched recently, and that's because of Clint, he just kind of throwed it on the message group, was the Doctor Who 60th anniversary.
Can you believe it's already 60th? Like the 50th was amazing. They got to come correct to, and they've got the right tools to do it.
Well, it's 3 episodes.
And David Tennant.
And it's also bringing in the Toy Maker, who was a huge nemesis in, I think it's the second Doctor, maybe the third. I think it was the second. But they got Neil Patrick Harris paying him, and that dude can play anything.
Yeah. Once he did Harold and Kumar, he was a made man in my mind.
Oh yeah. That was great. I didn't mean to jump off on Doctor Who there.
No, I'm glad you brought it up. No, I'm glad you brought it up. I mean, that's part of the news is we've got a and when does that you said you saw a release date on that?
I did, and I've got it wrote down in my.
Hey, we talked about Doctor Who. Did I tell you somebody sent us a message because it's kind of turned into a joke between us and Alicia where wasn't it her that said we talk about Doctor Who too much or something like that?
Yeah, she said I can't do a podcast without talking about Doctor Who.
Yeah.
And you can't do one without talking about Jason.
I'm not going to. I don't want to.
But you said somebody sent you a message?
They said all the message said was I want you to talk. Wait, let me pull it up so I don't misquote it. I don't want to get kicked off on our time. I don't want to pull it up real quick.
We got like a minute and a half, so
that's it.
I think it stops at 35. We'll just go until it stops, and then we'll just have to pick back up.
Well, then I won't know exactly where it stopped.
Yeah, well, because it'll tell you your meeting has stopped. Well, I tell you what, go ahead and stop it now while you're
stop it now while I'm pulling this up, and we'll come back right with me pulling it up. All right.
Okay.
Okay. The email says exactly, and this is all it says. I want to talk about Doctor Who! Exclamation point! Exclamation point! Exclamation point! So we just satisfied that listener.
Dude, that is awesome.
And it was after we were teasing Alicia about saying we always bring up Doctor Who. I'm like, well, we're a nerdy pop culture podcast. Talking about Doctor Who is kind of par for the course.
Almost. Now the rumor is that the 60th anniversary is going to come out November 23rd, which is the date Doctor Who first aired back in 1963.
Ooh, man, I love it. So that's a rumor. That's not confirmed.
It's not, dude. They've been so hush hush. There was a screenshot on Twitter that announced the date, and then like 2 minutes later, it got taken down and reposted. and the date was all scratched out, and it was talking about something to the sorts of the person that just leaked this is no longer with the company, and we're not saying when it's coming out or anything like that.
Dang. I hope they don't change the release date because of that, though.
That wasn't the release date. November 23rd wasn't, and this was a couple months ago when this happened. I get it on one of my Who News feeds that comes through all the time.
Well, I know when they did the 50th, and don't nobody yell spoiler. This is 10 years ago. They to keep spoiling the fact that Tom Baker was in it, they snuck him on set into like a one of the little trailer camper things. Kept him there all day in private. Didn't even tell anybody working. I mean, I'm sure somebody had to know, but like a lot of the staff that were working on the show didn't even know. They filmed the scenes in private because it was just David Tennant and
Matt Smith and Tom Baker.
Yeah. So they did their scenes privately with a very minimal crew. Like they went to great lengths to keep that. They wanted people to be like, oh, Tom Baker.
Oh, dude, it worked
for me anyway. I don't know if any.
I mean, I cried a little bit when I seen him. It was just that emotional, man.
Well, dude, I mean, because of mine and your age, that was our Doctor Who, you know?
Yeah.
That's how I came into Doctor Who, was when Tom Baker was the Doctor. That may not be the case with people of different ages.
No, well, even my Daddy says that Tom Baker was his Doctor Who.
Yeah.
And
he was Doctor Who for a minute. I really think that's when the franchise really got established.
It's got its momentum with Tom Baker, yeah.
Well, because there's Tom Baker episodes you can go back and watch now, even though it was filmed in the 70s. You could go back and watch now that hold up. Not all of them, but there's definitely some.
Man, most of them I watched of Tom Baker recently. I mean, they're still just as great. And still cheesy side effects.
One thing I love, though, is that they had cheesy effects because of their budget. But now that they don't have a low budget, they still pay homage to the low budget by throwing in some cheesy shit every now and then.
Oh, yeah. Well, it's all part of Doctor Who right there.
It's part of it. Like if you created Darth Vader today and like for the first time, he wouldn't look like he looks because
he'd be all cybered out.
Yeah, he would be more like the Iron Man suit or something like he would have like what's like nanotechnology and all that stuff. But like because it was low budget, you have to stick with what they had in the 70s.
Yeah.
And that was like the red lights and the blinking stuff and you know the bulky looking stuff that's on it, and it made him uniquely him.
Yeah. Well, we can move on from Doctor Who news because I'll talk forever.
Well, being that if it does come out in November, there's going to be a whole episode that Alicia's not going to listen to coming out at some point.
Well, there'll be 3 of them probably because it's 3 series. It's 3 episodes.
Let's do this. Let's go ahead and make plans because we've established that we're back. Let's do this. Let's talk about all of them on the main show. But you remember how we did the Obi-Wan Kenobi series where we did like 3 separate Patreons?
Just the patrons, yeah.
And like go deep dive for the patrons on every episode.
Oh, I'm down for that.
There'll be 1 real pop culture episode where we talk about it, but then there'll be 3 where we deep dive on Patreon.
And it'll be non-spoiler free.
Oh, the one on Patreon will be.
Yeah.
We're going to try to make it too spoilery.
You'll feel like you just watched it even though you hadn't. Well, let's definitely put that in the books then.
We just did. We have to do it now. We promise.
We have to. Unless you just don't post this episode.
It's happened before. No, I'm too happy about us being back and being this time of year, and I'm excited about interacting with the listeners about uh the lists for this
Halloween
year.
list. Yeah.
I'm excited that people complained that we were gone too long. Because if you go away and nobody complains, then that's not good.
Well, that's a sign you don't need to come back.
That's a sign you don't need to come back.
And look, this is how old these notes are. Other than that Doctor Who we just talked about, uh, Jimmy Buffett had just died when
Oh
I
my
wrote
gosh.
these. So this is from a month ago, almost. But yeah, we lost the great Margaritaville man himself
Yeah.
in early September.
I'm sure we've lost iconic pop culture people since then.
Honestly, I don't know.
I'm sure we have.
Uh, well, this is some more old news. With the writer strike going on, the Walking Dead spinoff, as soon as the writer strike is over, the Walking Dead spinoff is going to resume production.
The Walking Dead.
Yeah.
Oh, you talking about the Daryl show?
The Daryl Show, The Walking Dead, The Ones Who Lived.
Now, me and Alicia watched Dead City, the one with Maggie and Negan.
I hadn't seen that yet.
It's good. It's only like 6 episodes, I think.
Have you watched Daryl Dixon yet?
No, I think it just came out.
It's been out for a couple weeks now. I hadn't had a chance to watch it. Matter of fact, it came out on September 10th.
Yeah,
That's what's in my notes.
Yeah, that Dead City was good, man. I really enjoyed it. It was a nice change of pace because I'd kind of gotten tired of The Walking Dead. But I will say that final season, I waited a long time to watch it.
Is it
I had
worth
fun.
it?
Oh yeah, you haven't seen it?
No.
They
I quit
ended
watching second
they
half
ended
of
strong.
last season.
Unlike a lot of freaking TV shows, they ended strong in my opinion. I
I
enjoyed
had to go
watching the
back and
final
check it
season.
out then.
But I mean, after what was it, 11 seasons total? It's hard to tell because they did all the mid-season bullshit.
I don't remember.
But it was a nice change of pace because it was still The Walking Dead, but not like it was a different storyline.
Yeah.
I liked it.
But
Alicia
the
liked
new spinoff, The Ones That Live, is going to be the Rick Grimes and Michonne.
That's right. Oh yeah.
And it's set to come out next year, 2024 release.
Well, you know when they announced that, okay, when, and I hate to say this because some people be like spoiler alert, but it was like 3-4 years ago. What's the thing about spoilers? If it's been 6 months or more, I don't want to hear you talking about spoilers. You've had enough time to catch up.
I'd say a year.
But let's just say when Rick exited the show,
yeah,
we talked about they went on the Talking Dead, which I told Alicia she power watched like every season of The Walking Dead to catch up to me to watch the final, so we could watch the final season together. And I was like, the only thing that sucks about the way you're doing it is you don't get the Talking Dead experience. And she may not even care about stuff like that, but I like behind the scenes shit. Like I buy whole collections of Friday the 13th DVDs that I already have. If I think there's some bonus shit on there that I may not have seen yet.
I don't care that much about it, but I really enjoy.
I do like behind the scenes stuff though. I like to see how I like to see how the donuts are made. You know, I just think it's fun, and it's fun. Like if you do it, it was fun the way we did it. We would watch the show, then we'd watch the Talking Dead afterwards,
and then we'd normally watch the show again because
it comes right back on, and we're still hanging out. But anyway, the night they aired the episode where Rick left, there was a lot of people asking like, well, are we ever going to see anything about Rick again? Whether it be,
I remember them saying there's going to be like a movie about him.
Well, they said there's going to be 3 movies or 2 at least.
But that was 3-4 years ago.
So now they're saying it's going to be a TV show. So I guess something changed there. But they did make the
Yeah.
announcement that not only are you going to see Rick again, but there's going to be 2 or 3 movies that we make. And I don't know if that means like movies at the theater or like movies made for TV.
It could be AMC movies.
Yeah.
I don't know, but
Anyway.
that's a little bit of Walking Dead news. And we also got the much awaited return of Rick and Morty season 7.
What?
October 15th is when episode 7 comes out. Or season 7, episode 1.
This will be with the new Rick and Morty.
Yep. And the first episode is going to be called Water Tea. You remember when Ice-T disappeared?
No.
Whenever the Talking Heads, when Rick and Morty had to make the song, Get Swifty.
Oh yeah, the big head. Show me what you got.
Yeah, well,
Those guys.
Ice-T was the tea made of ice.
Okay.
Well, when he went back to his world, Alphabet World or whatever, his father like forgave him, and he went from iced tea to water tea.
Okay.
So this is going to be the story of that, from what I've read.
I hope
there's a trailer out, but
I hope they make an offhanded joke about it being a new voice for Rick and Morty.
Oh, you know they will.
Got to make an underhanded, like silly, like meta comment.
Summer will say something.
Summer like, "Grandpa, you sound," or just a little something like that. Like, don't overly focus on it. Like, don't do an episode about it where something happens and their voices change or something stupid like that. But it wouldn't be Rick and Morty if they didn't cast shade at themselves for such a major change.
Especially Rick being all fourth wall breaker and shit.
And for the people listening that don't know, the actor that voiced Rick and Morty, it was the same guy, is no longer with them.
He got a little bit of messenger trouble.
Yeah. I didn't really deep dive into that, so I don't want to speak about it.
I didn't either. I'm not either. I was leaving it at that.
There were some problems, and evidently, and he got, I guess the official statement was fired. So they were like, well, what are you going to do about the show? Because your 2 main characters are voiced by this guy. He's like, we're just going to get somebody else.
They did a whole search.
So they look the same, but they may not sound exactly the same.
People were sending in their voiceover work through YouTube to get Dan Harmon's attention.
Wow, that's cool. Oh,
dude, there's a compilation somebody put together, and they kept throwing this one name out at him, talking about, man, you need to get this guy. And he'd do his little thing. Oh, it was really good.
If they do pick a fan, they're going to go all in, like, because, they're going to want to try to, they're going to try to, like, do the show justice because they care. Not saying the other guy didn't care, but you know what I mean? Like, the fans, if a fan gets picked to do it, they're going to give it their all.
They're going to make it just worthiness of them getting it.
Yeah. But I hope they make just a little joke about it, too. Just because
I'm sure they will.
Just because it's Rick and Morty, but it's not really. I don't think it's going to affect the show that bad. I could be wrong.
I don't think so, because a lot of people said they was going to quit watching it.
Well, of course they did.
Well, they said that if what's his name stayed on,
and there's probably some that said if he don't, you know what I mean? Like, there's always going to be. There's always going to be a divided. There's always going to be 2 schools.
Oh yeah,
with anything,
but that's politics there, and we try to stay.
There's probably people that are like, "Man, I like real pop culture before they took the big break." And after they came back, after like a year, it just wasn't the same anymore.
Oh damn, that's funny.
Like real pop culture purists.
Well, then they'd have to be kill pop culture fans.
Oh, there might be some kill pop culture purists. They're like, I hated after they changed their name, they just weren't the same anymore, man. They just lost.
They need to bring back.
They sold out. Even though we can't even afford YouTube. Like, we can't afford anything, but we sold out. But what did we sell? We don't still have any money.
No, if it wasn't for both of us, we wouldn't have everything we got.
Yeah, I had to every August I have to renew our licensing for Podomatic, which is our podcast service that we use. And I got to give them a shout out, man, because they hook us up. Like they've been good to us.
They
'Cause we
feel
get
sorry for us.
They feel really bad for us, and they've cut us some really good deals. We should be paying more than we're paying, but I always like slide under with this special that they run every year. And I've emailed them a couple of times, like, "Hey man, can I still get that deal? You know, like last year? Because if I don't, I'm just not going to be able to afford it." And they're like,
Yeah,
"Yeah,
for
yeah,
real.
just make sure you if you renew by this date." That's what they told me, and they gave me a date in August. I can't remember what it is, but like if you renew by this date, we'll give it to you at our deal that we worked out, and
Yeah.
versus like what you would might pay now if you jumped into it.
Dude, that helps
So
a
yeah,
lot, dude.
they've been good to us. Like I got to give them a shout out. I have no complaints, and there's been a couple of things problems I had, and I emailed their staff, and they got right back with me, and they helped me out. So if you're wanting to start a podcast, I haven't had dealings with the other services, but I haven't had yet to have bad dealings with Podomatic. So, give them a free plug. Are we still in
Uh,
old news?
yeah, we're still in old news. I got two or three more little things. Now, I don't know how true this is. I've read it on two different sites, but there's not a whole lot to go with. But they're making a Highlander reboot.
Yeah, we talked about this off mic a while back.
John Wick, the director from that directed John Wick, is going to be the director, I guess.
No, we actually
And
went off mic. We did it on the other video episode we recorded.
I don't
We
think
talked about.
so.
I thought we did because wasn't Anthony or Clint here and we talked about it?
Clint, but I think me, you, and Clint talked about it after D&D one night.
It's possible. I still get mixed up.
But rumor is Henry Cavill is going to play Duncan McLeod. No, Connor McLeod.
That would be awesome. We know he can do some cool sword fighting.
Oh yeah,
we saw him in season 1 of The Witcher because he was actually in season 1 for a minute.
Yep,
of The Witcher, which we don't have to get into that, but yeah, he can sword fight. So we know
he can do it,
and he's got the look,
Well, he don't look like anything like Christopher Lambert did.
He can rock the long hair though,
But yeah, he could pull the hair.
I could see him as a Highlander. Hell, even if you didn't bring him in as Duncan, if you brought him in as like a bad guy or something, like he could be a Highlander.
Oh yeah.
Problem.
What was his name? Not Cole. I can't think of the guy's name now. Anyway, we'll get back to that later.
Yeah, we got to hurry.
Especially
we didn't
especially if we find any more news.
We're probably well over an hour. It's okay to have a long episode though, as long as we've taken off.
Oh yeah. There is a new Alien TV series coming out.
Oh, I saw there was going to be a new Alien, but I didn't realize it was a TV series.
Well, there's going to be a movie planned for late next year, but the TV series is coming first from what I read. And they still haven't released a date for it yet, but they're saying early 2024 is what the rumor is. And now to get into the new news, apparently at 12:01, the writer strike is going to be over.
You know, it's funny you bring that up because I was just reading about the writer strike earlier to get ready for the podcast.
Yeah, and see, I touched on it in the earlier news from a month ago. But this is what's weird. The whole ATF, SAG, whatever it is, they've decided to stop the writer strike But now there's fixed to be a video game strike for some odd reason.
The developers of video games, like all of them, are going to strike.
I don't. That's just what popped up. It talked about the end of the writer strike and the beginning of video game strike, and I was like, "It's kind of weird."
We haven't really quite yet to see the repercussions as the consumers of things that writers make yet, because they stay so far. There's still stuff coming out that they wrote way before, the strike.
Yeah.
We haven't like ran out of new stuff yet, but we're going to. Even though I think there's going to be an influx of stuff, because these writers aren't going to stop writing. They're just going to stop, They're
just not pitching any of it right now.
Yeah, there's still writers though. They're still writing stuff, I'm sure. And it'll be like, okay, now that the strike is over, here's all this stuff I wrote when we were striking.
Yeah.
Here, and so there'll be an influx, but there's gonna, at some point, we're gonna hit a little bit of a drought, and we're gonna feel it as viewers, sort of like we did with COVID. There was a COVID drought.
Well, I think that what that drought is going to hit us is going to be possibly some more reboots that happen, lazy writing. And then we're going to start getting all the new stuff.
Who's benefited from the writer strike? The professional wrestling. John Cena's back. The Rock is back. Like all the people, not all of them, but a lot of the big names that went on to acting. Like The Rock has made at least one appearance or two, and John Cena's made a few. I don't watch it like I used to, so I don't know, but I know that they're back in the picture.
That'd be another. Because
what else are they got to do?
Topic right there, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, since you want to bring up wrestling, I'm on the new news now, so
I want to bring up because you mentioned the strike. That made me remember that the animated films aren't affected by the strike. I don't think. I think I heard somebody say that because DC's fixing to release a new animated Justice League movie. And one thing about DC, you can say what you want about their, movies, but they've made some really good animated movies. Like they're leading the market on that. And so this being an official Justice League, I forget the name of it. I had it pulled up, but then I rebooted the computer. But it's going to be.
I probably had it.
It's coming out like pretty soon.
I'm not sure where it's at. No, I don't have that. I did see that though.
So I'm always excited when they're going to release DC's going to release a new animated film.
Man, I'm excited about all of them that they release because to me they're great.
9 times out of 10. I mean, they've released some classics, some killers.
Yeah.
That'll stand the test of time.
But you were talking about wrestling, and did you know WWE and UFC officially merged under one group now, and it's called the TKO group.
Yeah. They talked about it on because we actually watched that night because we were like, are they going to make an announcement? Are they going to come out and say something? And Triple H came out and he said, basically he said, nothing's going to change. He said, we have different owners now, but it's still going to be the same show. Because a lot of people speculate, like, are they going to try to merge the two together? And I'm like, no, that wouldn't work. It's two totally different things. I mean, it seems like it has similarities, and I guess in some ways it does, but
you've had so many wrestlers go to UFC and so many UFC people come to wrestling that you wondered when they would actually not really join forces, but
I think they've basically joined as much as they're going to join, in as much as some wrestlers are going to go over to mixed martial arts, and some MMA people, especially the ones that retire, are going to come over, and they're already doing that, and they have done that and continue to do that. But I don't think they're going to mix storylines. I mean, they might, but I doubt it. Like, I don't think that would be a smart move. I think you need to keep them separate because wrestling is entertainment and MMA is combat sports, and that's the two.
Which is even more entertainment, but
And since the Undertaker's retired, he's come out and said that whole infamous video of him and Brock Lesnar interaction at a UFC event was
Staged.
it was intentionally done. Yeah. He
Oh,
went
okay.
there knowing
Yeah.
he went there for a reason, basically. And I don't know.
Okay.
Yeah, like everybody wondered, like, was that real or was that a storyline or and it was kind of both. Like he knew he was going to go there and do something, and then it happened. You know what I mean? Like it wasn't scripted, but it was planned. If that makes sense.
Yeah. Yeah, that makes sense.
They say that nothing's going to change. It's just companies switch ownerships all the time. You know. What else you got?
Oh, well, a little bit of monster news for us.
I like Monster.
Apple has shared the first photos from Monarch Legacy of Monsters movie.
What is that?
Monarch was the company and Godzilla and King Kong, and it's like that super secret government agency.
Oh, yeah. That's right.
Well, they're doing a movie called Legacy of Monsters, and it's only going to be on Apple Plus or Apple TV, whatever it is, when it comes out. They still don't have a release date for it, from what I can see, but they have already started showing photos of screen captures and stuff like that. And they said they're using the Godzilla from, I want to say he said 1984, when Godzilla looked really like Godzilla and not the overgrown iguana from
the overgrown iguana was one from the 2000s, like early 2000s.
Yeah.
Now there was one that was a reaction to that in the 2000s that went back to, and I think it was called Godzilla 2000 or something like that.
I think it was.
Where they went back to the classic Godzilla look, and then this newest incarnation, it seems like they tried to blend
a hybrid of the two,
a hybrid of a new Godzilla and with the nods to the old.
Which I like the new Godzilla, and it kind of looks up to date, I guess you could say, for a monster. But the 84 Godzilla, that's the one that, according to the article I read, is the look they're going for.
Okay.
So we got that to look out for.
What year did Godzilla start? Was it the 50s?
Late 50s, early 60s, maybe.
Yeah. Then we're already getting another warning. According to this, we got 10 minutes left, though.
All right, it might do it on the 40-minute mark then.
Did you at the top of your screen? Do you see remaining time?
No, mine counts up. It says 30 minutes.
Well, now in the top right corner, mine says 30 minutes.
Oh, but see, you're the recordee because you're the one.
Oh, because I hosted the meeting. But yeah, according to this, we've got 9 minutes and 30 seconds left.
Okay, well, I don't have but just 2 or 3 more things, and there's still talks about a Red Sonja reboot coming out.
I didn't know that.
Well, they had talked about it probably before COVID. And then that was one of the many things that got put on the back burner. Well, I guess now they're actually like, yeah, let's go ahead and do it.
Well, I'm excited. A new Conan movie coming out.
Did we not touch on that on the last podcast, the Patreon podcast?
Maybe, because what I heard the synopsis was going to be, it's like old man Conan who's been king. You know where it ended? He was like the king and he was sitting on the throne, like the thinker. And this is like whatever 40, 50 years later or whatever. And then some shit pops off. So they don't have to de-age Arnold Schwarzenegger. He could just jump back in there, which he still looks great for a guy in his 70s.
In the 70s, yeah.
I hope I look that good when I turn 70.
Hell, well, I
don't look that good now. So
I know there's a book about it's called Conan the King. So I wonder if they're going off that book.
Hopefully so. You know, they say the book's usually better.
Yeah.
Schwarzenegger
Something else.
did like a 3-part Netflix series that was pretty good if you're a fan of him. Like a
I kept
behind the
seeing
scenes.
it. What is it? Fubar or something like that?
Can't remember what it's called. Just if you just type in Arnold, it'll probably pop up. But
Yeah, he did something called Fubar because him and Chris Pratt was in all these
which
Netflix commercials
I read
talking about it.
Arnold's first book. It's just called Fantastic. It was 7 CDs long. This is back before Audible, and I bought the CDs of the audiobook, and it was like 7 CDs long, and I really enjoyed it.
Good
I wish I
God.
could find it. It was a good book.
You could probably find it on Audible.
I've always been interested in him, and I know he's probably been, everybody's had their scandal or whatever, but he always fascinated me because he put his mind to like being a bodybuilder and became the number one bodybuilder of the world. Then he said, now I want to be an actor and I'm going to retire from bodybuilding. He became like the number one action movie star.
Yeah.
And then he's like, you know what? I'm going to get into politics. And he became the governor of California. It's like that dude, like when he puts his mind to something, he's going to freaking do it. And in this documentary, he talks about, you know, all the stuff that it takes to be that driven and that determined. And I don't know. I think it's a good show to watch, even if you don't like him.
Yeah.
Or even if you're against him because of politics or whatever reason. Like he's a good motivator.
Put that cookie down now.
And he suffers no fools. You know what I mean? Like he's a monster. He's like, do it now. Sometimes you need to hear that.
Man, I've got nothing but mad respect for Arnold.
First, I would like to just get to know you.
Arnie.
He's just, I mean, dude, you got to think, growing up, he was our number one action hero.
What the hell is going on?
Yeah, dude.
Freaking you had Commando, you had Predator, you had Running Man, you had
Commando.
Yeah, Commando was his first movie.
You drunk bitch.
Well, technically no, but it was.
Well, it'd be Terminator, wasn't it?
Before he got huge. Terminator put him on the map, like for sure.
I want to know what's going on, and I want to know right now.
I always loved Commando. That movie was awesome.
Come on, don't bullshit me.
The opening scene. He's like walking up a hill with a large tree on his shoulder and a chainsaw on the other.
Yeah,
like so ridiculously unrealistic, but like it had that wow factor when I was a kid. Like, whoa, he's carrying a whole tree.
Are you crazy?
But that was his entire. But that was his entire movie makeup of the 80s and 90s.
I love the excess of the 80s, man. Like, and that was the excess of the freaking action heroes.
Yeah.
Get to the chopper!
Because he had just come off Mr. Universe and was like, I'm going to be an actor. And bam, he's toting a tree down a mountain.
Let me talk to your mother.
I tell you what, we got 4 minutes left. Let me end this meeting and let's just do one more of just us bringing it home. You know what I mean?
All right. Well, I've still got 2 things to talk about that you'll want to talk about.
That's fine. I just don't want to get cut off. You know what I mean?
All right. That'll work. Let's go ahead and do another quick breaky break.
All right.
Take this thing out of the case and stick it up your nose.
Pull these back up. Every time we took a break, I was reading about 3D printing miniatures. So.
Do you have that resin printer up and going yet, or is that
no? I won't have anything up and going until
you move into your.
We get my place finished, and I've got an entire room that's dedicated to nothing but 3D printing.
Nice.
And it's also going to be my media room. Have your own
printing farm.
Yeah, but it's also going to be my media room where I set up so we can do podcasts and play D&D, so I'm not just stuck in my bedroom all the time. So
yeah, whenever I upgrade my computer, my next thing is I'm gonna get a green screen to put out here. So like in the background, you won't just see my messy man cave /bar, but you'll see like a digital real pop culture banner or logo or something.
Actually, it'd be cool if you done it in your study where you've got your whole Jason corner and nerd corner and all that going on.
You know, it's funny you mentioned that because I think one of the videos I want to put out because that location, Friday 13th location video I did is done pretty well. I mean, pretty well for my expectations. I'm gonna do a tour or like a short video of just showing off my. If you look right there, if you're watching this on Patreon, way back there, that's my Jason shelf for the man cave. But like inside where my study is, I've got a whole much bigger Jason corner with a lot of cool stuff on there. And I wanted to like just do like a quick breakdown and rundown of all my showing off my Jason shit, you know.
Yeah, and that's one thing I'm excited about too, about getting my own place. Is I can actually
at your old house, you had a lot of stuff on display, but like even if you just put up the stuff that I've bought you since then,
man.
Like I've bought you so much Friday Nightmare on Elm Street shit that like now I'm like, that looks cool, but have I already got him that?
Yeah.
I'm afraid I'm like duplicating stuff that I'm getting for you.
That's why it's hard for me to buy you Jason stuff because I've already bought you everything I could find at one point or another. And
that's another cool thing about having a small Jason display out here and then a big one in the house is that if I do have a duplicate, then I'll just put one in each location. I have a satellite Jason museum and then the main Jason museum.
Yeah, because there for a little
problem
bit,
I have.
I was buying you two of everything, so you could put some in your office at work, and then the other in the house. And
yeah, and that's just the tip of the iceberg.
Oh yeah,
people have bought me so much Batman shit, Star Wars stuff. Like, I got a bunch of stuff to put on display in that room. It's literally going to be like a museum when I get done with it.
Well, see, that's kind of like me. That little nerd corner I had on my wall and in my bedroom at the old house.
You even had some Firefly shit in there. Like you had some
man
Doctor Who stuff. Like
I've got stuff that I've got put in storage because I didn't have a place to put it. And it was just too awesome to get rid of.
Yeah, and I had to hurry up and put my Jason shelf together, my Jason corner in my study because I had so much shit in storage for so long that I was running out of storage room. So I needed to hurry up and get it on display so that I can store more stuff in my storage areas.
But yeah, when I get ready to unpack all my stuff, you'll have to come over. We'll break out the GoPros or the phones.
Do a tour of all that stuff.
And do like a re-unboxing. Because, I mean, I've got stuff that I don't even remember I've got.
Cool. All right, so hit me with the final thing you got.
Did you know Brandon Fraser was in the Batgirl movie that they scrapped? And apparently he gave an Oscar-worthy performance in this DC movie. And it showed some
they say that he did
clips
an Oscar-winning performance in The Whale.
Oh, that's what he won an Oscar for.
He did win. Okay. So prior to him
I want to watch it.
People said that he should. I haven't watched it yet. It's on my list for sure.
It's on.
I like Brandon Fraser. Of course I do. I mean, you know,
Encino Man.
The Mummy was badass.
Yeah, but yeah, I thought that was awesome, and it actually showed some pictures of him dressed up in character in the movie in this article. And I was like, man, why'd they have to scrap that? That'd have been awesome.
You know, he's done some other work for DC.
He's done some voiceover stuff, I know.
He was one of the characters in what was that DC show Brother John was in? He's like a Tin Man kind of character.
You're talking about
I'm just
Doom Patrol.
Doom Patrol.
Patrol. I love that show, man.
He was one of the
newest series. Yeah, he was a Robot Man.
Was that his name?
Yeah. And I think there's a new season of that coming out some first of next year, I think.
Okay.
That show's really good.
Show off my
A
Master.
little bit of news. Do what?
I was showing off on Metallica shirt, Master of Puppets.
Oh, well,
One
you
of you-
can't really see it because you're not in camera.
Yes, I am.
No, you're not. You're like on the side. I can't see you.
Oh yeah, I can flip my view, and right now. Well, anyway, go ahead. Nobody cares about that. Nobody cares if they can see me or not.
Well, if you put it on Patreon, they're going to, but there's a new spy movie out called Argyle.
Never heard of that.
And I hadn't either. It's new. And it's got Henry Cavill, John Cena.
There you go. You can see me now, can't you?
Yeah, I can see it. Just get the mic back. Oh, I like that shirt. But it's got Henry Cavill, John Cena, Bruce Dallas Howard, Sam Rockwell, Dua Lipa, Bryan Cranston, Catherine O'Hale, and Samuel L. Jackson. And it's a James Bond type movie or Cavill's playing a James Bond type character.
Okay.
So yeah, I mean that looks like it's going to be really good.
I'm on the Cavill train. I hope he doesn't have some kind of weird controversy come up in his life where he gets in trouble or has to be listed.
I don't think he's going to get. I really hope cancel culture doesn't try to hit him. I mean, he's one of the good guys right now. It seems like
so far, as of this recording, 9/28/23.
Yeah.
Don't listen to this 5 years from now when he gets in trouble for something crazy.
And then like, oh, Real Pop Culture said he was.
Oh,
a
they
good guy.
endorsed him, man. Now they're canceled. They took up for the guy. Well, that's before we knew that he did the thing he's going to do bad later. But I hope he don't.
But that's
You're
supposed to come out
Superman,
in
dude. You can't do
February.
nothing bad. Stay super, man. Oh, I got a dad joke for you real quick.
All right.
What's blue but doesn't weigh that much? Light
What?
blue.
Oh, I got two things for you. And I'm gonna go ahead and hit you with this one first because I don't know how you're gonna react to the last one.
Hit me with your best shot. Fire away.
There is a movie coming out November 10th. It's a Christmas horror slasher thriller, and it's called A Wonderful Knife.
A Wonderful Knife. Okay, I do have a reaction to that because I was late to the party, but I watched that movie with David Arbor. It's called Violent Night.
Oh, dude, that movie was so great.
Wow, amazing! It was hilarious. It was action packed. It was bananas. It was just like
it was awesome. The whole
Amazing.
Santa Claus theory on that, man, just blows me away.
The Santa Claus lore. Like he used to
It
be
was like
a really bad person, and like he just got a chance to redeem himself by being Santa Claus to people.
well, it was kind of like Santa Claus is many different people, and it was just that interaction this time. It was him, and that was awesome.
Talked about when he talked about his backstory, when it showed
Yeah, he
him
would just be a
covered in
Viking.
tattoos, being like a Viking, just killing people with his hammer. I was like, whoa, Santa
Yep.
Claus used to be kind of a badass, but
Badass.
kind of mean too. But now he redeems himself by being Santa Claus. Like he got a second chance. Yeah, I
Well-
like that movie. It was the reason. All the reasons I like that movie are probably a lot of the reasons people don't like it. Like I like
loved
bananas sometimes.
it. I loved it, man. It was a take on a horror Christmas slasher that
It wasn't really horror. It was like an action Christmas movie and a comedy because there was a lot of funny.
yeah. Yes, it was. And I guess the reason I'm saying horror is because it was the whole
Very, very gory. Like there's
gory.
a lot of violence.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But the synopsis of this movie right here, kind of crazy. Your boy John McHale's in it.
John McHale.
Joel McHale, I'm sorry, from Community.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
And Justin Long's in it. That's cool. The synopsis is a year after saving her town from a psychotic killer on Christmas Eve, her life is less than wonderful, but she wishes to never been born, and she finds herself in a nightmare parallel universe and discovers that without her, things could be much, much worse.
Okay.
Now the killer is back, and she must team up with the town misfit to identify the killer and get back to her own reality. That's like a win-win for me right there. Parallel universes.
Sounds like something I'd watch. Sounds like something most of our listeners will probably watch.
But it comes out November 10th. So now for the big news.
Is this like the headliner of the news?
For me and you, it is.
Okay.
Because we actually talked about this not too long ago offline. And we said, man, I'm surprised they ain't tried to reboot this yet. And was like, dude, there's no reason to do that. That show was great. So they are rebooting The Toxic Avenger.
Yeah. Yeah, I knew about that. And I'm excited.
Oh, did you?
Yeah, Trauma. Is that the company? Isn't it Trauma Films?
Yeah, Traumaville.
Is it going to be a show or a movie?
I'm assuming it's a movie.
I'm good with either.
Hold on. It tells me Elijah Wood is actually played.
I think I may be wrong. I think I've got the Toxic Avenger #1 comic book. Unless that was like volume 2 and I didn't know of a volume 1. But I know I have a Toxic Avenger #1. I know with comic books, they reboot a lot so that you could have more than one #1. Like I've got like 3 Batman #1s, but I don't have the Batman #1, obviously.
But if you did, would you sell it?
No. Why? I got a job. I'll make money.
Yeah, but it's worth a lot of money.
But what's more important? Money or having the first Batman comic book?
Depends on how much money it's actually worth.
Millions.
Then probably money.
Yeah, I was looking. They had this huge auction. It was an online auction a couple of years ago, and they sold the screen-worn Friday the 13th Part 6 mask for over $60,000.
Wow.
And I was like, they got a good deal. Because that's really cool.
Yeah.
There was
I just found out about this, so
yeah, that's cool.
I was like, oh, hell yeah. So that's my official nerd news of, I guess you could say, the month for the most part.
Yeah, we're gonna go a little long on this episode, but man, I mean, we have to catch up. We had to recap an entire year. I tried to keep the podcast around an hour, but we're not syndicated. We're not even sponsored anymore. We can do anything we want to do, but
we pretty much did anyway.
People's attention span has gotten so bad that TikTok is famous for being short. You know.
Well, dude, now when I watch YouTube, I normally watch YouTube Shorts.
I know, because it's just a lot of stuff real fast.
I mean, other than
like long form podcasts might be, kind of antiquated at this point. We need to condense our podcast into 30 seconds.
Ha 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 ha. Bye.
Yeah. Hey, we're nerds. We're kind of dumb, but we're kind of cool too. Love you. Bye.
Love you, mean it.
That would be that's our TikTok.
Yeah. Well, if we had some way
I'm
to
gonna turn that
visuals-
into a TikTok. Me saying that.
if we had some way to do visuals just to like recap like 2-second pops of everything we're talking about, then you could do TikToks. But I'm not that
I would
good at
love
editing.
if we had in like revenue from this podcast, if that ever happened, I would definitely hire a staff, one for doing shit like that, like shorts, and another one
Yeah.
for doing like the best of, like our funniest moments. Because if you listen to this podcast, you're like, those guys are kind of funny, but sometimes we're real funny.
Sometimes we're not funny at all.
Sometimes we're not funny
Even
at
though
all.
we think we are.
But if you cut together like the best of, and you showed that to somebody, we would get more listeners, I think.
Well, it'd be a lot easier if we wasn't what's called a general podcast and we stuck to one topic.
Yeah.
Because that's how I found the Y-Files, which it's already off now. But
Yeah,
he came on tonight. So that's how I found him. He just given a brief 1 minute talk, and I was like, oh crap. So I went and watched all of his shorts, and then was like, oh, this dude's got a YouTube channel. And
well, he was struggling hard at the beginning. He said this on one of his After Files shows.
yeah,
He said that during COVID he moved to a new location and started the YouTube channel, and nobody was watching it until he did TikTok, where he did those TikTok shorts. And he said he doesn't like doing those, but that's what got him famous. And now he's got 1 million subscribers.
probably. I don't know.
It's one of my favorite podcasts.
He had a couple. I don't know if he'd hit 100,000 or if he was already a couple 100,000 when I just accidentally found him. And dude, everything has grown, man.
He's got the perfect gimmick. He's got the heckle fish, which is hilarious, and he does conspiracy stuff, but he's real particular about the ones that he puts out there,
Well, not only that, if he can debunk it or if the truth is really out there.
Yeah, and he lays everything out there.
He's like a non-biased.
He's not trying to sell it. He's not trying to say, I believe this, or you should believe this. He's just saying, this is what is out there. And this is what people are saying about the story. And then this is the evidence that's real.
And then he's like, so is it true? Then he's
you get to decide.
Unfortunately not. This and this and this. And I'm like, oh man.
But his whole thing
he tells it so great.
He's not trying to make you believe the story. He's just telling you the story.
Yeah.
And then you get to decide whether you believe it or not.
Yep.
I like that. I like an objective view on things like that.
He's great. And I try to tell everybody about it. We start talking about podcasts and YouTube. And after I tell them about real pop culture, I'm like, you need to check out the Y-Files on YouTube.
Yeah, man. What episode is
this? This would be 194.
194, yeah, that's right.
Because we're going to call the Lost episode just a regular Patreon episode.
Yeah, I think on the episode we call it 194, so this will be like 194B.
Yeah, we can do that. But that means you have to hurry up and put out the Patreon.
Oh, it's done. I just got to upload it.
Okay.
I'm done with it, finally.
Hey, they're
editing video and audio together is way harder than editing audio. I'll just say that.
Oh, I know. I told you I'd do it, though.
Yeah.
I got a little bit of experience doing it.
Well, later on when we get further up the road, I'm gonna like not outsource, but like other people are gonna have other responsibilities as well. But right now we're just a couple of dumbasses talking about shit we like, and it's simple.
Yeah. And I need to break my Mac back out, and we need to use it
The
again.
mobile unit.
Yeah, because I upgraded it. I put a SSD in it, and dude, that thing is so much faster now.
Yeah, if you have an older computer with a spindle drive, putting an SSD in it can definitely bring it back to life.
Oh, it did.
But computers are so cheap nowadays; it's almost like you can get it.
Computers might be cheap. MacBooks aren't cheap.
No, yeah, that's true. I don't really dive into the Mac world too much. I mean, I'm familiar with it on a certain
Yeah.
level, but I'm no expert.
It takes a whole new learning everything to be a Mac guy,
Yeah.
especially to be both. So
One
but
thing I
yeah,
wanted,
that's
one thing I wanted to talk about before we get off of here, and I'd be remiss if I didn't mention this. And I'm not trying to like bring it down, but this is the first podcast we've done since the passing of our bass player Shane.
Shane.
And the reason I definitely bring him up in the real pop culture world is because he was my Lord of the Rings guy. Like you're like the Doctor Who guy because you know more about Doctor Who than I do, and you've watched all of the shit that I haven't watched. Well, with him, like he was the Lord of the Rings person. Matter of fact, for Christmas,
He was also the Witcher guy, man.
yeah,
He knew
'cause he
the
played
the
the
game,
games,
man.
yeah,
Yeah.
way before the show. Matter of fact, for Christmas one year, I bought him like a big, humongous. Well, it was about this big version of the ring, and it was sort of like a necklace, but more like a decoration kind of thing. And I told him one time because I'm that kind of person. Like I don't think that just because you're my friend or just because you're my family member or something that you necessarily have to listen to my music or
Yeah.
you're expected to like my podcast. I don't really. I mean, you can be my friend and not like what I do creatively. That's fine. So I don't really push myself on people in my circle. But I said something one time at a band practice. I was like, "Hey man, you'd be proud of me." We talked about uh some Lord of the Rings stuff. He said, "Oh, I know." I was like, "You listen to the show?" He's like, "Yeah." He said, "I listen to it." I was like, "Wow, that's cool, man." Because not only was he the bass player for Killjoy, but he was a listener of real pop culture, and we nerded out a lot on the Lord of the Rings because that was his big thing. You know, the books, the movies, all of
Yeah.
it. And you know, and I said we would talk about the benefit show. This was the first Killjoy show that we've done since he passed away, and it was very bittersweet, and it was a good time to do it because it was for a good cause. We did it for Le Bonheur. We raised a couple $1,000s for Le Bonheur, which is cool for a local show, local musicians. There was a lot of bittersweet because I know, and it is part of the funk of why it took me so long to do both the band and the podcast. But I know he wouldn't want me to quit either of them. You know,
Yeah.
he would want us to keep going for sure. Matter of fact, he'd probably be mad at me for waiting this long to get my head out of my ass and get back together. So yeah, it's been tough. It's been hard, but we played a good show. We're back. You know, and a lot of people have asked, what are you guys gonna do? And talking about Killjoy, the band. And I'm like, I don't know. But right now we're just handling everything in house. You know, Rob played bass. He swapped over to bass for now. And that's working. That's good. But I'm ready to get back to it.
Get back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Back music, podcast, I'm ready.
We got a whole year of 2023 to make up for.
Yeah. For both.
For both.
Yeah. See, I don't want to bring it down, nothing, but I'd be remiss if I didn't mention, because this is the first episode we've done since then, and it has played its part on me as far as like not putting out another episode. Just
Oh
'cause,
yeah.
you know, it's tough when you lose somebody that close to you.
Oh yeah. It is.
You're not drinking a beer, but you know,
I'll still toast you. I just can't drink beer in the house.
how do you
Yeah.
toast? Oh, you put it close to the camera. That's how you toast.
Yeah, the camera.
All right. Well, let's bring it home.
Let's do it. We got anything upcoming we want to announce?
Uh,
I know we got a Halloween episodes that we haven't quite lined up yet, but
well, I want to
I
get
definitely
back.
want to go do some spook hunting.
I definitely want to get back to doing more episodes. Like, because normally we would do a show every 2 weeks. We would do 2 shows a month,
Yeah.
typically. But in October, we would ramp it up. And I'm good with that because
Well, now that
plenty of shit I can talk about for Halloween.
I've got good internet. We know I don't have to be there now because this seems to work out pretty well. Even though
I
it's
don't know, I
greater
get-
me being there, but
I get bitched at all the time. Like, where the hell is Kellogg?
it won't be much longer, and I'll be
They get
back in
mad at me,
person.
like it's my fault. Like I ran you off.
No, they'll be back to man. Kellogg here again?
Yeah, I know you've had a ton of stuff to do there, and luckily for technology, we've been able to play D&D.
Yeah,
through Discord.
through Discord.
We've done 2 shows now.
And I really want to figure out how we can record maybe our next D&D session.
Yeah, we do have a sister podcast called Death Savers that hasn't had an episode in way longer than this one.
I need to look,
But
and
which
see
is
if I can't
ironic because we
find
play
that board
D&D
game.
more now than we ever have.
Oh yeah,
We just don't have material.
and we play twice a week, but it's hard to pick up in a campaign. It's already a year long, and
Let's think about that. Let's figure out where to do it because Curse of Strahd's really popular. And
yeah.
that's
Well,
what
let's
we're
talk to
doing.
Clennard and see what we can figure out.
Yeah. All righty. Well, as we record this, and this, I always like to say the date because it kind of holds me accountable.
Oh, when you're editing and stuff.
This is September the 28th, 2023 at 10:45 p.m. Way past both of our bedtimes because we have to work tomorrow.
Oh yeah.
But tomorrow is Friday.
Well, I got therapy in the morning, so I can actually sleep a little bit late.
How much more therapy do you have to do for your broken wing?
3 more weeks until my next doctor visit, and then they'll determine after that.
Was that a torn rotator cuff?
No, luckily there was nothing torn, nothing broke. It was a severe sprain in my labrum cartridge, which caused me to strain my rotator cuff. It trying to take up the slack more or less. So I got real lucky and don't have to have surgery. So that's a huge prayer answered right there.
I've had a rotator cuff injury and they never go away. You just have them fly, or at least for me.
So now in therapy, we was doing all labrum exercises, trying to stiffen it back up. Now they're swapping over to just rotator cuff exercises to get it back stretched out and strengthened. And I've seen a lot of progress. I mean, I'm doing a lot better than I was back in August. So
if we were rich and famous, we could do some stem cell stuff. Like the rich.
Yeah. Workman's comp ain't gonna pay for that.
There ain't nothing on the workman's comp about stem cell.
No, they're like, what?
Or any kind of like experimental stuff.
Nope, it's just stretching, exercising, and lifting some weights. Then they put me on electrolysis, or they shock the shit out of me and then freeze it. So, and I'm good with that.
I'm sitting here trying to like calculate what time I need to go to sleep and what time I need to wake up because I really want to watch the Wi-Fi's before I go to bed, but I probably should.
I will,
You will?
even though it's
Just knowing you're going to watch it makes me want to watch it. Damn it.
because I still got to get a shower.
I
So
do
it's going
too.
to put me getting in bed.
I'm not working
like
from home anymore. I
12.
got to be on site, so I got to get up early.
Oh, that sucks.
Yeah. But it's Friday. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's Friday. TGIF. Thanks for listening to the long awaited episode 194 of Real Pop Culture. We've been broadcasting high top the first and only floor of the Killjoy headquarters at the Killjoy Ranch, and also from Houston, Mississippi.
Yeah. At the Lander Farms.
Is that what we're calling it? The Lander Farms? That sounds
We're
good.
trying to turn it back into a farm. I mean, you got to think we're building Mama and Daddy a barn.
I'm not trying to turn this back into a ranch. I'm not going to buy any
Shoot.
horses anytime soon.
I want some cows. I got enough pasture to raise me a couple cows.
Cows are cool.
Keep me from having to bush hog so much.
Yeah.
Well, how can they get a hold of us, Mark? Before we sign off.
662-767-4487 is our voicemail line. Pop Culture 4, that's the number 4 real at gmail.com.
You can join our Patreon at $1 and up levels and get behind the scenes footage, special stuff. I don't even remember what all was on our Patreon list.
We got stuff.
I know we got stickers and we should have some shirts left.
Well, if you do like is it the $20 one? You'll get
No, $10 our top tier.
Whatever the top one is, you get a free t-shirt too.
You get a sticker, a shirt, and you get to be on an episode with us.
If you want to.
If you want to. Or you can pick a movie for us to do a watch along with.
Yeah, you could go look at all the tiers are explained thoroughly on our Patreon page, and that's just patreon.com/realpopculture, I'm pretty sure.
Or you just type in Google, just type in Patreon, and then type in Real Pop Culture behind it.
Pop up,
Takes you straight to it. But yeah, dude, I think we got a lot of stuff we're fixing to get accomplished.
Yeah. I totally messed up our outro.
No, it's all right. You need to. I think I messed it up when I said I had to get in contact with us.
Let me see if I still got it.
All right.
If I still got it.
Right now you do, but
I did pretty good. Even though I didn't bring it home.
let's see. Well, go ahead and do it again. Let's see if you got it and bring it on home.
Thanks so much for listening to episode 194 of the Real Pop Culture Podcast. We've been broadcasting from high atop the first and only floor of the Killjoy headquarters at the Killjoy Ranch. Love you, bye.
Love you, mean it.